Episode 4: A Defense of Power: How Systems Survive Crisis. As power systems adapt and reorganize in response to crises, they often employ various tactics designed to maintain control and legitimacy. One such strategy is the selective use of scapegoats, where blame is assigned to external factors or internal actors deemed responsible for the crisis, allowing the system to deflect attention from its own vulnerabilities and reinforce the notion that the problem lies elsewhere. This tactic enables power to reassert its authority and shift focus away from potential challenges to its dominance, thereby maintaining control. Another key tactic employed by power systems in times of crises is the manipulation of symbols and rituals. These can range from simple alterations to national flags or emblems to complex rewriting of historical narratives. This can help power reframe the narrative around its legitimacy, reinforcing the idea that it remains a just and effective governing body. Moreover, such manipulations can also serve to distract from internal issues and reinforce the system's authority, ultimately maintaining control. Furthermore, power systems often rely on the creation of new myths and legends to justify their actions and reinforce their authority. These stories can be used to explain away past mistakes, legitimize current policies, or even create a sense of shared destiny among citizens. By weaving these narratives into the fabric of public discourse, power can reassert its connection to the people it governs, thereby maintaining its hold on legitimacy. In addition, such myths and legends can also serve as a means to shape public opinion and reinforce the system's dominance. In addition to these strategies, power systems may also resort to more coercive measures to maintain control during times of crises. This can involve increased surveillance, censorship, or even the use of force against perceived threats or dissenters. While such actions may appear draconian, they serve as a means for power to reassert its dominance and quell any potential challenges to its authority, ultimately ensuring survival. Throughout history, we have witnessed numerous examples of power systems employing these tactics to survive crises. From ancient empires like Rome and Persia to modern nation-states like the Soviet Union and China, the defense of power has been a recurring theme in the struggle for political survival, as we will explore further in our next episode, examining how different power systems have adapted and reorganized in response to crises, and what lessons can be learned from their experiences. As power systems navigate crises, they often find themselves at a crossroads, forced to choose between adaptation and collapse. It is here that we see the true mettle of these systems on display, as they employ a range of strategies allowing them to reassert dominance and quell potential challenges to their authority. Throughout history, numerous examples have emerged of power systems employing tactics to survive crises. From ancient empires like Rome and Persia to modern nation-states like the Soviet Union and China, the struggle for political survival has been a recurring theme. This struggle has led to various strategies being employed by power systems to adapt and reorganize in response to crises, which is crucial for their survival. One such strategy is allowing us to see the true mettle of these systems on display, as they employ a range of tactics to shore up support, maintain control, and demonstrate resilience. This included promoting loyal generals to key positions, distributing largesse to placate restless provinces, and carefully manipulating information flows to shape public opinion. The Roman Empire demonstrated its ability to adapt and survive in the face of crises, showcasing its capacity for self-preservation. Similarly, the Soviet Union's response to the challenges posed by World War II provides another instructive example. As the war effort drained the country's resources and morale began to flag, Stalin's regime responded by cracking down on dissent, promoting loyal cadres to key positions, and showering favored groups with rewards and privileges. By doing so, power can reassert its authority, as seen in the Soviet Union's capacity for self-preservation in the face of crises. In addition to these strategies, power systems may also resort to more coercive measures. Throughout history, numerous examples have shown that power systems employ tactics to survive crises. This highlights their ability to adapt and respond to challenges. Moreover, both cases demonstrate the resilience and adaptability of power systems in crises, as well as their capacity for self-preservation. In these instances, we see power systems employing diverse strategies to reassert dominance and quell potential challenges to authority. While not always successful, these efforts demonstrate the resilience and adaptability of power systems in crises, as well as their capacity for self-preservation. Our next episode will delve deeper into historical contexts, examining how different power systems responded to crises and what lessons can be learned from their experiences. We'll also consider the implications of these strategies for our understanding of power politics more broadly, and how they continue to shape the world around us today. As we explore the defense of power, it's essential to recognize that this adaptation is not a one-time event but an ongoing process. Power systems constantly evolve, refine their strategies, and recalibrate their responses to maintain control, allowing them to absorb shocks, adapt to new circumstances, and ultimately survive even severe crises. This constant evolution underscores the importance of examining these historical contexts, which will inform our analysis of the defense of power. One striking aspect of this defense is its ability to reframe narratives and redefine acceptable behavior. When faced with a crisis, power systems often rebrand themselves as champions of stability, security, or progress, emphasizing their role in maintaining order and protecting the status quo. This narrative manipulation can be incredibly effective in mobilizing support and deflecting criticism. This reframing of narratives is a crucial aspect of the defense of power, which we will explore further. Moreover, the defense of power extends beyond internal machinations. It also involves external maneuvers designed to shape perceptions and manipulate international dynamics. Power systems may engage in diplomatic efforts to reassert their influence, form alliances with other powerful actors, or even resort to coercion and intimidation to maintain their position, which can be achieved by projecting an image of strength and resilience that deters potential challengers and maintains dominance. These external maneuvers are a crucial component of the defense of power, closely tied to its internal dynamics. In this context, it's essential to recognize that the defense of power is not a zero-sum game where one side emerges victorious while the other is defeated. Rather, it's often a complex interplay of competing interests, shifting alliances, and calculated risks. Power systems may employ a range of tactics, from subtle manipulation to overt coercion, all in an effort to maintain their grip on authority. This complexity underscores the need for a nuanced understanding of power politics, which will be vital as we continue to analyze the defense of power. As we continue our exploration of power politics, it will be essential to consider the long-term consequences of these strategies. How do they shape the social, economic, and political landscapes? What impact do they have on marginalized groups, vulnerable populations, or those who are already disadvantaged? And how do they influence the trajectory of history, shaping the course of human events for generations to come? By examining these consequences, we can gain a deeper understanding of the defense of power. Repeated phrases, power systems was repeated multiple times. I kept it as is since it's a crucial concept in the text. Awkward wording. Plus changed. It's essential to recognize that this adaptation is not a one-time event but rather an ongoing process. As we explore the defense of power, it's essential to recognize that this adaptation is not a one-time event but rather an ongoing process for smoother flow. Plus changed. This narrative manipulation can be incredibly effective in mobilizing support and deflecting criticism. Narrative manipulation can be incredibly effective in mobilizing support and deflecting criticism to reduce repetition. Plus changed, which allows them to absorb shocks, adapt to new circumstances, and ultimately survive even the most severe crises. To a simpler sentence structure for better clarity. Plus changed. It's crucial to recognize that the defense of power is not a zero-sum game where one side emerges victorious while the other is defeated. Rather, it's often a complex interplay of competing interests, shifting alliances, and calculated risks. To a single sentence for easier reading. In our next episode, we'll embark on a journey through time to examine the historical contexts in which power systems responded to crisis and adapted to changing circumstances. From ancient empires to modern nation-states, we'll explore the diverse strategies employed by power systems to maintain their dominance and consider the lessons that can be learned from their experiences, ultimately shedding light on the complexities of power politics. As we delve into the intricacies of power systems' responses to crises, it's essential to acknowledge the profound impact these dynamics have on marginalized groups, vulnerable populations, or those already disadvantaged. The defense of power often comes at a significant cost to these individuals and communities, perpetuating cycles of oppression and reinforcing existing social hierarchies, which can have far-reaching consequences that shape the trajectory of history for generations. The ancient empires we will be exploring in our next episode provide a fascinating case study on how power systems respond to crises while simultaneously perpetuating systemic injustices. This is exemplified by the Roman Empire's ability to assimilate conquered peoples, allowing it to maintain its dominance despite internal conflicts and external pressures, which ultimately contributed to its resilience. Similarly, the British Empire's capacity to adapt to changing global circumstances, from colonialism to decolonization, was underpinned by a complex web of power dynamics that often favored the interests of the ruling elite, leading to lasting legacies. As we examine these historical contexts, we will also consider how power systems' responses to crises can have long-lasting effects on social and economic structures. Moreover, understanding how power systems respond to crises is crucial for developing a nuanced appreciation of the complex interplay between historical events, social dynamics, and political structures that shape contemporary global politics. In our next episode, we will delve deeper into these themes using case studies from ancient civilizations to modern nation-states to illustrate the diverse strategies employed by power systems to maintain their dominance. By examining how power adapts to crises, we can gain valuable insights into the complex interplay between political structures, social hierarchies, and historical events, and perhaps even uncover some surprising lessons about the resilience of power itself. As we delve deeper into the defense of power, it's essential to recognize that this phenomenon is not unique to any particular era or system. The strategies employed by power systems to maintain their dominance are as old as human history itself, with similar patterns emerging in response to crises across ancient empires like Mesopotamia and Egypt to modern nation-states today, underscoring the enduring nature of this phenomenon. Take, for instance, the Roman Empire's response to the crisis of the 3rd century. As the empire faced internal strife, economic downturns, and external pressures, its leaders turned to a combination of propaganda, patronage, and co-option to maintain control, which ultimately allowed Diocletian to create new administrative structures, reward loyal supporters with titles and land, and even incorporate rival factions into his regime. Meanwhile, Stalin's Soviet Union employed a mix of repression, propaganda, and economic manipulation to consolidate power in the face of internal opposition and external threats, demonstrating striking similarities between ancient and modern strategies. What stands out about these historical examples is not just the similarity in strategies but also the remarkable adaptability of power systems to changing circumstances, which underscores their capacity for self-preservation. This capacity ultimately enables them to persist despite challenges, often emerging stronger and more resilient on the other side. Power is a dynamic force that must constantly evolve to survive. In our next episode, we'll delve deeper into these historical case studies, examining how different power systems have adapted to crises over time. By analyzing these examples, we can gain a deeper understanding of the complex interplay between political structures, social hierarchies, and historical events, and perhaps even uncover some surprising lessons about the resilience of power itself. As power systems navigate the treacherous waters of crisis, they often find themselves at the mercy of unforeseen forces that can either entrench their dominance or precipitate a collapse. It is in these moments of uncertainty that the true character of power is revealed, as institutions and leaders must confront the existential threat to their very survival, a challenge that requires them to adapt and evolve in response to changing circumstances. One of the most fascinating aspects of power's capacity for self-preservation is its ability to adapt and evolve in response to changing circumstances. This capacity allows power systems to rebrand themselves, recalibrate their narratives, and redefine their core values to stay relevant and appealing to new generations of supporters. By doing so, they can reboot their legitimacy and reassert dominance over the political landscape. In this regard, it is essential to recognize that power's defense is an ongoing process requiring constant vigilance and strategic maneuvering. This means power systems must remain attuned to shifting social dynamics, economic trends, and technological innovations to stay ahead of the curve and maintain their grip on authority. As we continue exploring power's defense mechanisms, it becomes clear that this capacity for self-preservation is not unique to any particular political system or historical era. Rather, it is a fundamental aspect of power itself, transcending borders, ideologies, and time. This realization underscores the importance of examining these patterns across different contexts and cultures, providing a deeper understanding of power's inherent resilience and ability to survive adversity. Moreover, as we delve further into the defense mechanisms of power, it becomes essential to recognize that this capacity is not limited to any specific political system or historical era. Rather, it's a fundamental aspect of power itself, transcending borders, ideologies, and time. This realization becomes evident when examining these patterns across different contexts and cultures, revealing a profound continuity in the ways power adapts and perseveres in adversity. In fact, from ancient empires to modern nation-states, we find striking similarities in the strategies employed by power systems to maintain authority. Whether it's the Roman Empire's patronage system or the Soviet Union's cult of personality, similar patterns emerge, manipulating information flows, co-opting potential opponents, and calculatedly using rewards and punishments to maintain loyalty and compliance. These similarities are not coincidental, rather, they reflect a deeper understanding of power as an inherently self-preserving force. Power systems are designed to survive and thrive, even in the face of crisis or adversity. This capacity for self-preservation stems from power's fundamental desire to maintain its grip on authority, justify past decisions, and predict future successes. In this sense, it is not a sign of weakness but rather a demonstration of the system's resilience and ability to adapt. Furthermore, as we continue our exploration of these patterns, it becomes clear that power's defense mechanisms are not a sign of weakness but rather a testament to its inherent resilience and capacity for adaptation. By examining these strategies across different historical contexts and cultures, we can gain a deeper understanding of the inherent resilience of power and its capacity to survive and thrive in adversity. Moreover, as we delve deeper into the defense of power, it becomes evident that this calculated move is not a one-time event but rather an ongoing process shaping the very fabric of power systems. Power's adaptive capacity enables it to survive crises and emerge stronger and more resilient in their aftermath. Furthermore, examining various strategies employed by power to defend itself reveals the intricate web of relationships between leaders, institutions, and supporters underpinning these systems. One striking aspect of this defense is how power seeks to reassert control through a combination of narrative reinforcement, propaganda, and carefully managed information flows. By skillfully manipulating public perception and opinion, power creates an illusion of stability and continuity even as it navigates crises. This calculated manipulation serves not only to justify past decisions but also to predict future successes, thereby re-establishing trust and compliance among supporters. This manipulation is a crucial component in the defense of power. In addition, the role of loyal supporters in this process is particularly noteworthy. By rewarding those who have benefited most from the system's existence with privileges, patronage, or prestige, power creates a sense of shared responsibility and vested interest among its most ardent defenders. This carefully crafted web of relationships serves as a powerful bulwark against potential challenges, allowing power to mobilize support and maintain control even in crises. As we continue our exploration of these patterns, it becomes clear that this defense of power is not unique to any particular historical context or culture. Rather, it represents a fundamental aspect of power itself, an inherent capacity for self-preservation and adaptation that allows power systems to survive and thrive in the face of adversity. By examining how different cultures and societies have employed these strategies throughout history, we can gain a deeper understanding of the complex dynamics of power and governance, ultimately providing valuable insights into the nature of power itself. As we delve deeper into the defense mechanisms of power, it's evident that this phenomenon transcends specific historical contexts or cultures. Rather, it represents a fundamental aspect of power itself, an inherent capacity for self-preservation and adaptation that enables power systems to persist in adversity. This innate ability to defend its own existence allows power to adapt and reorganize in response to challenges, ultimately reinforcing its position. One striking example of this defense mechanism can be seen in ancient civilizations, where powerful empires employed a range of strategies to maintain their dominance. From the Roman Empire's clever use of propaganda and military might to the Chinese dynasty's reliance on patronage and meritocratic systems, these cultures demonstrate an uncanny ability to adapt and reorganize in response to crisis. This adaptability is particularly noteworthy because it highlights the inherent capacity for self-preservation that power systems possess, which enables them to persist despite adversity. Similarly, modern nation-states have also employed similar tactics to defend their power. Authoritarian regimes often co-opt opposition groups or offer concessions to placate dissenting voices, all in an effort to maintain control, a strategy not unique to these regimes alone. Even democratic systems are not immune to this phenomenon, as governments may use propaganda and rhetorical devices to shape public opinion and justify their decisions, much like their authoritarian counterparts. These examples illustrate how power systems have consistently employed similar strategies throughout history, underscoring the inherent capacity for self-preservation that power possesses. What's striking about these examples is the remarkable resilience of power systems, which seem to possess an inherent capacity for self-preservation, allowing them to survive and even thrive in adversity. This ability to adapt and reorganize enables power to persist, often in unexpected ways, despite challenges, a testament to its remarkable resilience. Ultimately, this phenomenon underscores the complex dynamics of power and governance, highlighting the need for a deeper understanding of these intricate relationships. As we continue exploring these patterns, it becomes clear that this defense of power is not unique to any particular historical context or culture. Rather, it represents a fundamental aspect of power itself, an inherent capacity for self-preservation and adaptation that enables power systems to persist in adversity, evident across different eras and societies. This realization serves as a reminder that power's innate sense of self-preservation detects threats and responds accordingly, much like a collective immune system. Moreover, this defense is not simply reacting to external stimuli, it is deeply connected to the internal workings of the system itself. Furthermore, power's distribution of rewards and punishments can have a profound impact on its ability to adapt and respond to crises. This internal mechanism is crucial to understand, as it reveals how power systems protect themselves from challenges and adversity. Moreover, by grasping these internal mechanisms, we can gain valuable insights into how power systems respond to challenges and adversity. As we delve deeper into the defense of power, it's essential to recognize that this process isn't solely driven by external factors, rather, it is deeply intertwined with the system's internal dynamics itself. In fact, the way power is distributed can have a profound impact on its ability to adapt and respond to crises. A system that rewards loyalty and conformity may be better equipped to weather challenges than one that relies heavily on meritocracy or competition. Similarly, punishments meted out can also shape the behavior of those within the system, influencing their willingness to challenge or conform. By examining these internal mechanisms, we can gain valuable insights into how power systems respond to challenges and adversity, ultimately revealing the intricate interplay between their external defenses and internal workings.